Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. This and that, chit chat, spit a spat, bit of flat. Ah, we'll get it together. I'm sorry that the lies didn't all work out like we'd hoped. Well, we'll get it together. We'll get it together. We'll get it together. Listen, I'm gonna do some sharpening on this thing because I need a card scraper, but I also need a scraper. So I think I'm gonna make the tool that I want. It's actually working pretty good. Can't see the chat yet if you're chatting. This is doing pretty well. I don't know if that means it's gonna be fantastic, but it seems to be very sharpenable. I don't know, like I said, if that's a good thing or a bad thing. That might be a bad thing. That might mean, oops, yeah, it might mean it's too soft. But we're gonna try this right now. See if we can get a good angle. We want it sharp angle. I know, you're supposed to go one way, but I don't adhere to your rules, man. I have to be careful that my hand don't slip because I'm making a blade out of this thing. Hey, Carrie, Carrie says I have faith in you. Mister says yo, and Heather says sorry about the ending, but thanks for that. Oh, it was a fantastic idea. I hope we can do it again. What happened? The phone died? It could have been something on my end, maybe. Do I do I know that exists power tools? Well, I guess so. I guess so. I guess I know about power tools. I got a whole wood shop, but I guess what you don't know about is how to present an idea without coming off like a jerk or ask a question. But we can both learn something today. Fortunately, I'm the only one with a microphone. So, how about that, Fernando Bernardo? I definitely could put a grinder on this. I definitely have several. But I can also buy a spoon from the store and not have to make one either. But that's not the point, is it? That's not the point of what we're doing here, Fernando. We are here wood shopping, work shopping, and highly experimental, highly playful. Nothing serious is going on here because nothing serious is coming out of this shop. Just a lot of good times and hopefully some good work. But we also require some good attitudes. How about that? No, not a waste of time. Not a waste of time, sir. What are you actively doing right now? You're watching me. I'm doing something. You are an observer, which is fine. But you got to understand where you are in the scenario. I'm a contractor. I'm good at it. I'm efficient at that. That's why I have thousands of dollars worth of power. But I'm in a workshop right now, and I make stuff like this and stuff like this. And those kinds of things don't happen with power tools because I don't want them to. I want them to happen with things that I enjoy. Okay. So you can relax and you can enjoy it or not. But either way, your goofy little whine and hate is only going to promote and push my algorithm forward so that I keep popping up on your feed. So you got to keep watching me successfully waste time. Calvin back in the building. We had some technical difficulties. We were both on live over there at Dad's workshop. If you don't know, now you know about Dad's workshop. He also wastes time by building things instead of running to the store to purchase them. What up, Rhinestone? How you doing? How are you doing today, Miss Suzanne? Device died. Oh, I get it. Mine did the same thing. Mine did the same thing. So anyway, Fernando was telling us how we wasting time with hand tools and we should just buy all of our stuff. And then he ran out. Maybe he ran out of the room. I don't know. Seems like a man's name. But, the behavior suggests otherwise. No offense, ladies. I'm doing this because I don't have a tool that can scoop this small. And I'm at the limit of where I can. And I want to carve, not saying that's the way. So that's how I'm trying to do it. Rhinestone, I'm glad you're doing well. Good to see you. Carrie says, so fun and chuckles. Carrie, I got raised by construction workers. If somebody gonna try to come at me, they better have thicker skin than that. He disappeared too fast. Miss Suzanne's doing well. Miss Carrie said she was doing well earlier. I'm glad to hear it. I'm glad to hear it. I'm trying to hit somewhere around 25 degrees on this angle, but I'm going at it kind of gradually. But you can see it happening. You gotta be careful that I don't slice myself. It's gonna slip like that. You gotta plan your fall. Remember that. Plan your fall. That means if you, like when you're a young roofer, one of the first things they teach you is that when you go up on the roof, and it's on a pitch, meaning it's on an angle, if you slip, where are you going to go? Think about that ahead of time. Think about that while you're there, and walk the path that gives you the best chances of surviving a fall if you fall. A similar thing to sharpening. If you slip, where are your fingers? Where are your hands? If you slip. That way, you have some idea about how to prevent yourself from getting hurt so that an accident doesn't become a horrific accident. Just a oopsie, not a. I know I'm doing it wrong, but I'm just removing material right now. I know this ain't the right material either, but it's going to get this thing done today. It is. Rhinestone says creating is never a waste of time. That's right. Mr. says many amazing cabins have been built by hand by a single builder without power tools. Calvin says facts. Rhinestone. Now, you guys, I didn't want to leave y'all hanging, right? Because my phone rang, but that's my mechanic who is in the process of purchasing me a small block 350 for Laverne outside. I'm at Shirley, I'm sorry. And I need to give him a quick call so that one, I don't have to break this live, but at the same time, I got to find out and make sure he didn't need any direct information from me. So if you give me a short second, that way I can keep the live going and I can still talk to my guy, who is incredible. You may not answer this strange number. You don't know it's me. You just have to blow his phone. Yo,
Yeah.
what?
And want to leave?
No. Just answer the phone like that. Walt,
Yeah.
it's Wes.
Hey, man.
Hey, I had to call you on my other phone. I had a live stream going. What's up?
I don't know how he did this shit, but the phone at the store. He said, give him a call and pay for it.
No
When you
shit.
get a chance. Hey, I don't know what the fuck he did, man.
Hey, whatever you did, it got my motor here. So congratulations
Yeah.
to him.
Yeah. So
He's
I know
my
at first he was like, when I first asked for wait, he was like, man, it takes about 2 weeks to get it. I said, when you order, I said, hell, that'll be perfect. I said, cause that'll work out with what I got going on. He was like, what you got going on? I said, hell, next week. I said, next Saturday, I got to take my truck to the track, drag race.
hmm
I said, that Monday, I definitely need that motor. And then, and he was like, shit. He said, yeah, that'll work perfect. But
hmm
now he got the motherfucker in the damn store.
Woo. So what I gotta do? What I need to do for you? What are you saying to me? You gonna put my motor in this weekend? Is that
No,
what you're
I
saying?
ain't. No. And still on schedule as far as when I come from the racetrack,
Yeah.
as far as I get the truck over there then.
Okay.
Because, hell, once we put the motor in, then I got to look at the goddamn brakes.
Yeah, you gotta look at those
And
brakes.
make sure that bitch stopping. I just can't put a motor in today.
Yeah, you damn right you can't.
You go around the corner. Bam, you ran somebody high. Whoa, you look at the brake. Shit, when you told me to put the motor in, you
No,
say look
we
at the
got
brake.
brakes
I'm
too,
like,
boy.
motherfucker, you know you had to look at the brake, bitch. I know you gonna be like, oh, excuse me, I need to call you a bitch, but bitch,
Hilarious.
that's where
All right,
that's
well,
where I have
cool.
more time to
That's
that's why I
why.
have time to get the motor in, and then once I get the motor in, and then put it out of the garage, crank it up, let the motor break in on the run cycle. Then after I get to doing that, then I roll it back in the garage, and then that's where I jack it back up
Right,
and
right, right.
go through the racer.
All right. Well, I'm gonna give him a call, maybe an hour, hour and a half. I'm gonna finish up what I'm
Let's do
doing
it.
here, and I'll
Let's
go
do
ahead
it.
and pay for that. Thank you,
Yeah.
Walt.
And then and then like I say, once I turn the motor in, yeah, that's the way right now. The way to get the brakes and parts and stuff like that. That's what we need. So that shit it all work out in conflict. Or
Yeah,
I worry about running the car again
yeah.
because we
Here's
don't have a $640 credit.
yeah. We're gonna talk about this these windows and these doors too. But we'll have that conversation after.
Yeah, after we get the motor in and get the brakes
Yep,
started,
yep.
then we'll go from there. And
Okay,
then get
man. I
my shit off the
appreciate you.
block.
I
Oh yeah,
appreciate you. I'm glad to get my girl back 100%. All right.
yeah. That's where we got a 3-year warranty mode instead of a patch up.
Yeah, exactly that. All right, brother. I'll talk to you later.
Uh,
Peace.
Thanks, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Ugh, you got to love having a country drag racing mechanic, man. If your mechanic don't have an accent, I feel for you. Baby Kisses says I can't understand scanners either. I'm waiting. Dad says I'm waiting to be entertained more. Just listening to Wes on the phone combos is entertaining to me. It is, Walt is hilarious. But oh my God, he'll take 20 minutes to tell you one thing and he'll give you every single step of it. He'll be like, first thing, You got to call them. And then once you call them, speak English. Then when you speak English, say, hey, I need a motor. But that man is brilliant on a truck. The truck, look, when he's talking about racing a C10 like mine, my big black truck out there. He's got photos of his doing a wheelie, 5,000 pound truck doing a wheelie. So this is the motor for my son's truck. So I don't want a wheelie truck. I just want it strong. And I'm redoing the brake system because, I need to make sure it'll stop just as fast as it'll go. This is starting to work and look like something, though. I will say that. I'm going to keep the back of this thing as flat as possible. And now I really think I'm me in a position where I can start sharpening this thing like with a stone. Look at that edge. Like that's a good edge, I think. I mean, it's got to be refined, but it's pulling material out of there. So, and that counts. Right? This thing doesn't focus very well on the little spoon. But it's the back of this spoon that I think I'm most proud of. Like that I did that and did it carving. You can tell I'm not the best at the carving because it's so good so far. Because Josh is trying to understand me talking to my respirator while I'm carving. Oh my gosh. Where's my son put a new motor in the dirt? Oh, wait, I said that wrong. Where's my son put a new motor in? They didn't have any of the bolts tightened down for the valve covers and other stuff. Have him check it out. Oh yeah, this guy, he does it. Like he's a few years older than me, and that's all he's ever done. I trust this guy with everything vehicular. In particular, uh, truck wise. He drives and works out of his daily driver is 10 years older than my truck, and the race truck is 12 years older than my truck. And my truck's a 1981. So that'll tell you. But look, man, this is scraping really well. And this is getting somewhat clean in there. This is doing really good for a homemade tool. But I bet you if I put that on the strop or put that on a stone, I can get that better. Because this is just straight off the doohickey. Oh snap! Hold on before I go offline again. My phone's starting to tell me stop playing games. Wes does it. Post up, son. The tool for that is a scoop. Says Says Dad's Workshop or Scorp. Baby Kisses says that's a good job, Wes. Ask him. My son's been a certified mechanic for 20 years. He says Scorp. Baby Kisses, then I'm gonna take your advice. Cause heck, you've been a mama for 20 years at least. Like you gotta be somewhere like 40 years. You know your boy. Uh Dad's Workshop. Calvin, I've got this. It's just too big for that. You know what I'm saying? It's just a little too big. Oh wait, I don't know. It's kind of working though. Since my opening, maybe because my spoon is a little bit bigger this time. Maybe that guy was right. Maybe I am wasting my time building tools like a jerk, like a simp, like a sucker. You remember that when Colangelo said that to De Niro in Bronx Tale? The working man is a sucker. Sonny was right, Dad. Don't you ever say that. Don't you ever say that. Takes a big man to get up every day and work for his family. A big man. Let's see him do that. Let's see him do that. I'm a good man. Me, your father, the working man. Yeah, you watch that with your sons, why don't you? Teach them about responsibilities and race relations in Brooklyn at the same time. Baby Kisses says I'm headed home. Okay, have a great day. Have a great time at his house and be safe in that traffic if you're driving. Good sister. Thanks for hanging out with us for the time you have. It's been wonderful. Such a contributor to the chat. Because we all know I be getting distracted. And look, don't act like I'm gonna give up on this. I'm not giving up on that. That's a tool. And I needed a scraper anyway. I'm gonna use the other one and make a scraper out of it. I just gotta look up how to effectively and appropriately do that. This also came with that little carving kit I got. I promise you, that kit was $17 when I bought it. It's up to $18.99 now. So stock must be rising since West does it into the scene. Calvin says you can probably make one out of a spoon. That's brilliant. Actually, yeah. I use a spoon to carve a spoon. That's poetic. It's pretty poetic. This is such a good sensation. I don't know why everybody doesn't carve spoons. I promise you, if you've never carved a spoon, it's exhilarating. It's like golf, right? If you're watching it, maybe not so much, maybe doesn't look all that complicated. But then when you're doing it, you're like, oh, this is why they're out here. It's pretty amazing, pretty interesting. There's a silent, quiet grouping of skills going on, and everybody's just tuning them. You know what I mean? Not that I've ever played around the golf, but I have seen it. No, I'm just kidding. I've gone to the range and I've gone putting. I've never played around the golf. That is true. That part is true. This is like also an exercise in dexterity. It's a lot of subtle movements developing because you don't do this in any other. When are you ever doing this motion? Unless you Avocado eaters might. Smallwood Lot says, my father always said, if you want something done, look for the busiest man and give the job to him. 90% of the time, it gets done right and faster. Absolutely. Right is faster. That's how we kind of determine the right way with certain things, the efficiency matched with the quality. And yeah, that sounds like a great influential guy, a brilliant man. Um, I'll add to that. If you want to make money, find somebody already making money, help them make more, and you'll both make more. He'll teach you how to make it, how he made it, and your effort will help him get more of it. It's a win-win. Collaboration over competition. Competition damages everybody. It's a race to the bottom. Collaboration benefits everybody. Race to the top. Simple West Desert Uncle Math works out. Run it through my calculations, through my system. I'm so proud that now I've got a carved interior of this bowl and a carved posterior of this bowl, of the spoon. I'm ashamed of these 15 likes I got, but you know. Yo, what's going on, Carnage? How you doing, buddy? Terry says I need to go sand my shelves. We'll be in the membership. We'll be on the membership chat later. Oh, Sherry. Okay. I think you're mixing me up with Dad's Workshop chat. I don't have a membership only chat. I think I'm going to. I think I'm going to though. Present and in the shadows working. Thank you, Woodshed by Dan. I appreciate you letting me know. It's nice to have folks in the background and in the chat. Thanks, Carnage. How did that live go, brother? How did that live go for you? I had a great live with Calvin from Dad's Workshop right now. He might be going live here in a little bit. Let me check real quick and see. 12:50. Calvin, what time do you do your members only live? If you're still in here. Dad's Workshop is a great friend of the channel, and they do really cool things over there. They're a lot of fun, and they're a lot of help. And I really can't say enough about how much I appreciate them over there. And just what they're about as people. That's a big part of it for me. I don't separate the art from the artist. I just don't. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing, but I don't. I tend to not rock with a jackass, even if they're a talented one. 2:15 Eastern Standard Time, says Miss Heather over at Dad's Workshop. Now, I tell you, it's worth being a member over there. That is an incredible chat. It's always a really good group of people having some really insightful and fun conversations. Sometimes it's casual, sometimes it's deep, but it's always entertaining. And I'm always in a good mood once I leave. Smallwood Lot says, nice Carnage. I'll check out the channel later. Oh, yeah, he's got 300. Woohoo! You're doing it. Oh, three away from 300. Well, now you got the small wood lot willing to go check you out. So that might be just two away now. Don't let the numbers get to you. Let them be a motivator, but don't let them be a imperative. Just keep making your content as good as you possibly can each time. Work on a little bit better something. Don't be like me out here building spoons and losing views. Sophia says hello at Dad's workshop. And what's up to Sophia? How are you today? Dad's workshop is my buddy Calvin, who has an incredible channel worth checking out and seeing what he's doing over there, building bunk beds because he's awesome and he's for the children. I let him tell his own stories about that stuff, but what a good guy. I think everybody around him should be probably very grateful for who he is as a person. I could say the same for Miss Heather. She seems very, very helpful, very nice. Folks over there at Dad's workshop. If you want to sign up, there it is. There's a link. There's a guy. There it is. Click, 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 click. Also, Carnage Bladesmith, who is a knife sharpening dynamo and also happens to be a super cool guy. Who knew? So check him out if you get a chance. Go see what he's about over there. If you like knives and sharpening and blades and stuff like that. Taught me a little bit about my everyday pocket knife that I keep on me. Uh, told y'all I lost one at the airport the other day. I always forget I've got a pocket knife in my jeans until I'm either pulled over or I'm standing in line at TSA. And then I'm like, okay, I gotta get rid of this forever. There's my little micro spoon. Turned out good. AK Nazian, AKN said, hi, what's up? How you doing? Good to see you. Smallwood Lot says, I'm at 924 myself. Take your time. They'll come eventually. That's fact. Because 6 months ago, that's my numbers were right there too. And 3 months ago, my numbers were where Dad's workshop's numbers are. And his numbers and his chats and other things suggest that he's going to be probably surpassing me any moment because the momentum is tremendous right now. Carter says, thanks, man. I take my time with it, just doing it for the fun and enjoying myself. Absolutely. Calvin says, I'm humbled and very appreciative of those incredibly kind words. Well, just truth, just true words. Carter says, thanks, Wes. You're a great guy, too. And anybody that's new here, like and subscribe to Wes. He's amazing. Sophia says, super cute spoon. Thank you, Sophia. Also, check out the finger ring, the pinky ring. I just made that this morning too. It's turned out pretty good, I must say so. I mean, my fingers are ugly, I know it, no comment. But I like this style. Uh, this is my third ring, but I did it like that this time, which feels a little bit more refined. I got dust up there. I mean, kind of slimmed it down on the sides. And that way I can rock it like a real G. So when I'm talking to people, I can move my hands about, expose it, say some things, get my point across, let people know what time it is. I'm representing, put my hands down, let y'all see. Anyway, Yeah, I think it's fresh. Well impressed, there, Sophia. Thank you so much. Hmm. I believe Carnage. Keep checking your mail today. If the services are correct and accurate, you should be getting your mallet today. Uh, Calvin's arrived exactly when they said, and so did Miss Heather's. So should be good. That would look cool as a thumb ring, said Miss Sophia. You saying it don't look cool as a pinky ring, like how I'm doing it, how I'm rocking it? Uh, I'll show you the other two that I made. I made this one first. This is my first ever ring. Polished it up real nice. It came out good. And then I made a duplicate, but bigger because my friend came over, and almost like my brother. His fingers are way bigger than mine. So I sized it and made him one. I still have to do some more polishing on it, but it'll should end up like this. And then I decided to make this one. I still haven't polished it either, but I like it more. So I guess a thumb ring it could be like, you know what I'm saying? My thing is my thumb is the only finger that I can probably slide a ring on and off easily. The rest of them, I got bigger knuckles than I have fingers. I got little skeleton hands, but it works out. Just subscribe, Carnage. Have a good day, said the Smallwood Lot. That's what's up. Paying it forward. Sophia says that would look cool as a thumb ring. Oh, I read that already. Burke Bural says hi. Hi, how you doing? Sophia says beautiful. Board says, damn, that boy's a linebacker. Huh? Who's the linebacker? Me? Carnage? Who? What are you talking about? What are you talking about over here? This guy. Friggin' linebacker. I'm looking for my linseed oil. I'm gonna put some more on that one. Man, this stuff lasts forever. It lasts forever. I don't have to use a whole lot of it. Let me let you see. When these things get their finishes on them, they get so nice. And then that dulls a little bit, and you keep doing it, and then last application, it kind of stays. That's how you know you're near the last application because it stays shiny, and then you can call it done. But we shall see. I'm in Scotland, says Dawn Middleton. Where are you? I'm in the good old US of A, and I am in Douglasville, Georgia, in the United States, in the great state of Georgia, uh, in woodworker paradise. So that's what I got. The last several lives and a few shorts of my memory serves again. Are there videos on your channel with you making the rings for me to look back on, please? Yeah, absolutely. Just what she said. I've got a couple of shorts where I show the process real quick. And then I've also got lives where I do this whole process. This one I made this morning, literally. I made a little half of it on Calvin's live. Um, that's also Dad's workshop. So you can see it there too. But these other two that I just showed you and then lost, I made both of those on my on live. I do almost everything that you'll see me make right here on the lives. You can go back and see literally anything I've made, um, including this necklace. I did it on a live. Little Wu-Tang. You know what I'm saying? And I made these two rings on a live, but very similar to the process of this one, aside from the sanding down on the sides once I got it done. I did all these without a lathe. So if you don't have a lathe, you can still do this process. And I can show you real quick. It's a very rudimentary, nothing complicated, right? Three of these sheets. This one is a walnut. That one's a cherry, and then that one's a maple, and or vice versa. But anyway, I sandwiched them together, pinched them together, glued them, used Type Bond 2, which stands almost just like wood, so you don't get breaks in it. And I used this $39 rotary tool to spin them like that, essentially. But there's a little bit more to it, but you can see it, and essentially that's all you really need if you want to do this technique. Um, with that tool, oh, hole saws. That, which is really just that. Call a hole saw. You can get them almost anywhere. See what I'm saying? That's how that happens. Just not with that particular pot, but same thing. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So that's how we did it. That's how I built it. Sophia says, Wu-Tang, that's right, that's right. Killer bees on the swarm, rain on your college and disco dorm. You don't even touch my skills. You gotta kill one killer bee and he ain't gonna kill them. Drop that down, pass it all around. Lyrics get hard, sweet cement to the ground. For any MC in any physical state, I get psycho, kill a Norman Bates. My producer slam, flow is like, bam, jump on stage and leave a dent. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, we're gonna take this to the next stage, and we're gonna put. So this is gonna be my new little scooping tool, my little. You know what I'm saying? I was saying to Carnage earlier that I'm not to be trusted with power tools. Haha, but excellent craftsmanship. Well, not to be trusted with power tools with no education. I'll show you real quick. Like on this desktop, have a sacrificial plank of wood below you before you drill this hole. Make sure this hole, this piece, is held down securely to that surface with a clamp of some sort. And you can just drill straight down because this is going to go through first, right? And you'll have plenty of space from the time that that's making contact before it makes contact with your material. So you can kind of get yourself situated on the way down. But don't worry, you'll be stable as soon as you get into the wood. Just don't let it intimidate you too much. Watch other people do it a few times. Watch my videos and see. I even show you how to position the tool up against your body to have the best, safest application where you can go in straight and smooth and clean. So don't worry, you'll do fine. I'm gonna sharpen this a little bit more. Skip right off of there. And we're gonna take the bevel off the back. And this time I'm gonna use the flat end of this thing so that I can knock it right off because I'm flat all the way, right? And the back will look like that if you flat, right? So it should be pretty close. If we sharp this way, then we can move to the next step of the sharpening. And I feel like it's a little sharp this way. I feel like it. Because what we're trying to create is a little tool so I can use on my spoons because now I'm a spoon addict. And I want this sharp enough to be able to be used as a scraper inside of there. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we're just working on some stuff. That's all. Scooper, a scooper. That's right. That's right. Sweet idea, says Bad Dragon. I was saying the carnage earlier, says Sophia, that I'm not to be trusted with power tools. Bad Dragon says there's always powerless options, for sure. Craig says, Oi! Oi, Craig. How are you, lad? Thanks for the confidence boost. You're so talented and kind. I'm honest. The talented is subjective, but I am honest. Kindness is, I think, maybe intentional, but I'm mostly honest before I'm anything, if I can be, unless I'm lying to you right now. Mm, never know. But I really, like, here's the goal why I keep digging at the spoon. My first spoon is very shallow. It's mostly shallow because I'm a little cowardly and I wanted to be very careful about not going, you know, too far and coming out the backside. But now I'm trying to get a feel for what it's like. So I'm making this one a little deeper bowl, right? You can tell the difference there. So, I'm trying to build something that can help me do that better since I got this time. Um, Matthew says, Wes, what's the name of that knife? Which one? This one? I don't know. Somebody in the chat, maybe you know. Lions, ah, my spoon partner. Lions is like, I would call him my spoon twin, but he is far beyond me in the spoon development. And perfect guy to answer your question. Lions, what is this called? That's what is the question at hand. What is this called? That's Matthew's question. Lions is how I learned spoons. Like I carved this spoon and I learned it by watching how he was carving the spoons on his channel. And I got so much good information. I was able to do this decent job on my first try. On my second try, he'll be proud of this. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, no, no sanding. This is all my carved surfaces. It's a little rough and wacky up here, but I'm getting there. I'm trying to get depth, trying to get the bowl deeper and get decent. See, my guy. Thank you, Lions, my man. Bam, pound to you. Dropped in here and dropped some information all the way from freaking England, mate. England, mate. A spoon knife. Sophia said, What's up, brother from another mother? For shizzle. Bad Dragon says it's called a hook knife. Yep. But I do have hook knives that weren't that, though. They were, well, hawk bills. Hawk bills. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. But I love this thing so much. Mine's not super sharp, but it's working. And man, every time I get some little crap out of there, anytime I get that bowl just a little bit deeper without having to ruin my size, I'm telling you, there's so many new movements in making a spoon. Like so many new little fine movements that I don't know if I've done before. And feels fantastic. And he also mentioned how dirty you make your spoon when you're touching it. That's a pet peeve of mine. Every time I carve on it and then I get finger oil on it, I feel like I got a dirty spoon. I want to scrape all of that off. How did your toothbrush stream go? Smoke, it went good. I'm not a member over there, and I was mowing the lawn. It went pretty good. We had a good time. Um, it broke up like two, three times. Like we tried it over here, we tried it over there, but we eventually got it going pretty good over there. And then his phone shut out, and then that was that. And then I came and opened back up over here. Open up the old West Station. Lion said you can reshape the back a little and take the point off it. Mm-mm-mm. Oh, about hook or crook. Mm-mm. Learning curves. Yeah, literally learning curves. Smoke. Man, y'all should check out Smoke. Y'all should check out Smoke's channel. I don't know if you're car guys, but I am. And man, it's a good time over there. But if you like what you're seeing now with the knife and the sharpening and the spoons, Lions is for sure the place to be. I'm gonna flip y'all around a little bit so you can see this better. But Lions is for sure the place to be if you like the spoon carving. It's the next level. And it's just this terrific character uh, that it's not, they're never perfect in the sense of the smooth, perfectly round, perfectly clean, but man, those lines are going around the edge of the spoon. This right here, that little, and then it turning into this just right, and all the niceness that goes around it, keeping that rim nice and consistent. So all of those little things that are just so exciting for the old compulsions and such. And I just can't get enough. And I'll always like chip off a little bit more than I intended to. And then I have to come over and do surgery on the other side so that my symmetry stays the same and the spoon doesn't break my heart. But that's like all part of the process. It's a very emotional circumstance. It's quiet. It's a quiet little emotional circumstance, but it definitely is a roller coaster ride, but one that I just can't get enough of, if I'm being honest. I was thinking of making a cabinet today, and I was like, oh, I should carve on the spoon because I can't help it. You see, this is just me compulsively trying to get it back to this beautiful little patina. That's what I'm doing now. Now I'm cleaning the other side up. I'm like, yeah, you'll be the same exact way if I do it right. And then how do you read, chat, and talk as you're doing it? Maintain any kind of sliding a razor to your thumb and your naked skin. Man, it looks like a hack job when you get up close on it. Yeah, my thumbnails are filthy. Don't judge me. You're already judging me. Those screws. Judging me with these 34 likes like I'm some chump, like some sucker. You don't deserve your time, your attention, your life, your love. Regular strapping helps loads too, says Lions. You're right. Brad Dragon says, I'm not only a car guy, I'm also a fellow OBS owner. What? Brad Dragon, are you serious business right now? Why not be both? Absolutely fact, Tiffany. Did you hear the good news this morning, Bad Dragon? Many years ago, I carved a pipe from a piece of wood, who knows what wood, and purposely rubbed the oils from my skin into the end of every session. It's a great shape, man, says Lance. Thank you. Damn, smoke, that's interesting. I like it. I mean, it could be better. I could have a little bit more, shloopity slope on that. Maybe I'll try it, but I'm getting scared. I'm getting so narrow there that I'll lose that look, and I'm afraid. I was getting ready to ask, oh, Bad Dragon, did you hear my mechanic called while I was on the live earlier? And he said that my motor is in. It's in. Now I just got to call it, pay for it, and he's scheduled for the 20th after he has a race. My mechanic races his OBS, well, his C10. But I'm gonna let you see my stupid truck because every time somebody mentions my truck, I'm like, oh, let's go look at it. And everybody else is just gonna have to put up with it. That, of course, is Laverne, the OBS Chevrolet 1995. This is Shirley. She looks old, but she's actually almost everything on that truck I've redone. That hood's only 3 years old, but I was letting it patina, but my son doesn't like patina, so we're gonna paint the whole truck as well. But this is a monster. This is my girl. Fortunately, like, I got about 8 months before his permit can transfer to a full license. So I got that much time to drive it. That's it. And then I got to give it away, give it back up to my boy. So I've done most of the stuff inside of here. Like, that's junk on the seat, but the seat's pretty good. I got this one little worn spot. But look at this steering wheel, that wood crane. This is my girlfriend. And look how everything OG original. I left the old school radio in there because I thought it looked cool. And then I put the new radio up here. And then new gauges. And I built this console, but then the material's starting to come up. This is the first one I ever built. So I'm gonna rebuild that for him. But the interior is done for the most part. And I got speakers for headrest, but it's surprisingly comfortable. And I got a big 12-inch woofer back there. And I got about six of these 6x9 scattered throughout the interior of the truck. It's pretty much my favorite thing in the world. Sweet, I saved my son 79, son of 79 Chevy. That's awesome, baby kisses. That's what's up. Ryan Stone Suzanne says, I'm back. Now you're in truck talk, Suzanne. I'm so sorry. Cud Map says she's a beast. And Bad Dragon says, you got a square body as well. Yeah. Laverne and Shirley. Sophia says that is so freaking cool. You got it down, dude. Just rinse and repeat, says Lion on the spoon carving. I appreciate that, man. This guy is incredible. So anyway, that's my girl. Oh, yeah. I used to take my kids to elementary school in his truck, and now he's gonna be driving it through high school. I also bought this car for my stepdaughter, Camry hybrid, had some problems. I had to work work out. Way up top, you'll see the Audi TT first gen and my wife's Mini Cooper. Got to get rid of that Audi, but I'm procrastinating because I really love that car. I really enjoyed driving it, but I got to get rid of it. Lion said, "Yeah, mint truck. I appreciate it, man. It's a lot of work, but she's getting a new heart. This will be the fourth engine I put in that truck. Weird, but this will be the best engine I put in that truck, and I'll have some time." Sweet ride, says Sophia. Thank you so much. You are a car guy, says Smoke. Sophia says sweet. Yeah, Smoke. I am a car guy for sure. More like my boys are really into it too. Smokes Bad Dragon says back when I lived in Cali, my favorite vehicle was a 73 square body dropped and it was a hot rod. I could pass anything but a gas station. That's a fact. That's a fact. Making one of those trucks fast though was a is an event. Baby Kisses is good, West. Mita, my sister, has a vehicle before the Model T. Her husband has a rat rod. Oh, that's awesome. Rat rods are so fun. So fun. Like we got it all like where you sit low when the top's chopped down, or is the top off of it? Because it's gonna be one of those two. 79 is easy on gas. I bought an Austin Cambridge, says Cud Map. What is that? I'm not too sure about what that is. Austin Cambridge? I should look it up. I mean, that's what Google is for. Y'all didn't know this was gonna be car talk today. But I want to see what this looks like. Oh, snap. That's dope. Come on, increase size. Look at that. That's a nice car. That's a nice car. That'd be awesome. I want to build a rat rod looking for an adorable old truck cab. That would be dope, Smoke. That would be super cool. Man, I got the coolest chat. Y'all are car people. I can't believe y'all are tolerating me talking about vehicles. My mind is blown. My mind is blown. And flexing my pinky ring. Yeah, it's got three different types of wood on it and whatnot. I don't know. Couple types of wood. What can I say? This is me practicing my pinky ring talk. Never had one before, so I got to learn how to talk with my hands. See, I got to fold my fingers differently now. There we go. There we go. I'm very concerned. This will be my new concern look. I'm very concerned. I'm doing the church in the steeple thing, I think. Usedcarparts.com says Baby Kisses. My dream is a 69 Chevelle. Weirdly, I have owned almost every dream car I've had. Those two trucks are definitely my dream trucks. Like I've wanted those since I was in high school, both of them. Yeah, man, Pinky Ring. We did this morning. Um, we did this morning. I'm gonna put some more shine on it too while I'm here. Hold on, let me get some dip. Because what I'm trying to do is get it caught up to the shine of this one. That one's I can't show you. Okay, that one's shiny. That one ain't yet. But it's getting there. Ooh, every time I hit it, it's like, ooh, look at it. Look at that. It's like working out, right? You work out and you like get that pump, right? Where your muscles get a little bit more swollen and you feel all, Herculean. If you consistently work out, that'll be your normal look, and then your pump will be a level above that. This is like that with these rings. You put this shine on them, and it tells you what the finish can be, but it takes about an hour for that to dull down. But once you start doing it and you get enough coats on it, it'll stop dulling down. It'll end up being that sheen and that patina, which is very nice, I think. Smoke says you need a dip. Copenhagen spits on floor. Yeah, like a cowboy. Had a '79 Ford Mustang, $500. Or are you saying 500? Baby kisses. My very first car was a '79 Mustang LX. The Mustang first Fox body um, was a '79, I believe, and it had a trunk. That's what my very first car was. I saved up for it, and me and my mom went to the used car lot, and she matched the money I'd saved, and we bought that car for me. It was amazing. Mm-mm-mm. Baby Kiss says, Suzanne, I'll see if I can find a pic of a Chevelle I used to drive around Wichita. You was cool. If you were in a Chevelle, you was cool. Rhinestone Suzanne says, cool, BK. My dad had a 71 Nova that I love. 71 Novas are nice too. Matthew says, I had a 1980 Mustang with a hatchback. I had an 81 with a hatchback. It was a 5.0. I wrecked the 79. I totaled it 2 weeks into driving it, literally. I saved up for 2 years since I was 14, and then I worked and saved up for another year, putting speakers in it and putting wheels on it. And then I finally got insurance, drove it 2 days, 2 weeks, and crashed it, totaled it. And then I went and bought another one. And the guy let me finance it. I was only 17 years old, but I came in and I just kept bringing him money. I was like, this is just on a down payment. And if you know, if I'll just keep bringing you money until I got enough to buy another car. And then he, out of the kindness of his heart, cut some corners and let me finance that car at 17. I loved that car. It was so awesome. See, I've owned all of most of my dream cars I've owned. You just don't have to have ridiculously lofty goals for the dream car, like after Ferrari or something. But if your goals are just to have a cool car that runs great, you can find it and you can live that life and have a good time every time you go to work. Smoke says good stuff. I had a friend with a Chevelle with a cowl induction. We spent days getting that system to work long before the internet. That's true. Long before the internet. It says nice, me too, for sure. I think I've got a nice little polish on this, and we've had a great time. I still have a '93 Ford Probe. Oh my God. You never see a Probe. I was telling my kids about a Probe. I'm like, that was a great car that nobody knows about anymore. A Probe was almost like a like Ford's answer to the 240SX that Nissan was doing at the time, which is like a famous car now, the S14, S13 platforms. The Probe was as much car as those two. So that's incredible. 130, no problem, she said. That's wild. I would love to see that. I would love to see that. We go to literally, they have the largest car show in the world in North Atlanta once a month at the, not Galleria, they moved it. But anyway, in Kennesaw. And me and my sons go there almost every time. We never ever see a pro. We see Lamborghinis every time. We see Volkswagens and Scirocco's and stuff like that. We do not see pros. Hmm, awesome. Plywood says probe with the Mazda engine. Lion says I love the Yank tanks. Getting quite a few on the road over here. Oh yeah, they're getting to the probably getting to the age where you can import cheaper. I know in the US, like a car, I think it's got to be 20 years old, and then you can import it without a whole bunch of nonsense. And then you can get a left-hand drive or something like that, a right-hand drive. Subaru H6 all day, son, says Batty. I can respect it. Raj says hello or something, and I'm like, hey, back to you. I was riding a Lamborghini when I was 13 in a group home in Wichita, says Baby Kisses. Holy smokes, how'd y'all get in a Lambo? Hmm. Hmm. I'm gonna launch an investigation. You have to launch an investigation. Where'd you get that Lambo from? We're gonna go ahead and polish up the woo because we're trying to get this same kind of patina back or sheen. Every time we do it, it gets a little bit better. So I'm gonna do it every time I'm polishing something else. This boiled linseed oil is the truth, Ruth. For real, for real. And y'all know how I feel about the clan, the woo coming through. Shame on you. Pretty nice for a little chunk of wood off a little chunk of tree. His parents were rich and had two other bodies for it, says Baby Kisses. Wow. Ford and Mazda have been friends for ages, huh, Flywood? Dang, BK. Lion says, worked on an Impala with a roof chop and airbags. That thing was massive. Yeah, when we were in high school, one of my best friends had a Galaxy 500, which is similar in size. It's like two living room couches, like one in the front and one in the back. We get 7 or 8 of us in there. We were all skinny, but you get a bunch of kids in one of those. Impala, I like the smooth ride, says Baby Kisses. Man, I know that is big, says Baby Kisses. Yeah, it's huge. But y'all, it's time for me to find something to eat and eat it. I can tell that because I'm getting a little throbbing in my noggin. So I'm gonna get off of here so I can eat like the pig I am. And hopefully somebody else will be on. I can go check them out while I enjoy my deliciousness. Flower said, good morning, good afternoon. Rhinestone Suzanne. Some of those 40s, 50s cars are huge, says Smoke. Yeah, absolutely enormous. 77 two-door Caprice Impala. Nice, nice car. Thank you, Weston Chat, says Sophia. Thank you, Sophia. Thank you, Baby Kisses. Thank you, all of y'all. Smoke, Plywood, everybody, Lions. Always great to have you over here. Check out some of those other channels, y'all. And I'm gonna go grab something to eat, and I'm gonna check y'all out. In the meantime, drop your link if you got one and you want people to see you, because I'm out like Scout on a new route. No doubt. That's the kind of things dudes with pinky rings say. No doubt. I'll check y'all later. Peace, West Desert. Boop.